Hi, everybody. Good evening. I'm going to be doing a private reading for someone who requested a more extended answer than I can provide in just a one card reading. So that's what you're going to see here tonight, my full layout. And there will be moments where I'll just pause and look at the cards, but for the most part, it'll all be pretty straightforward. Generally, when I do this layout, I don't ask for a specific question. I happen to know what this person is most concerned about. But this layout is designed so that the question's revealed within the reading, and it usually works very well. All right, so I've laid out the cards, and now I'm going to go through each position, and I'll tell you about them as I go. But I will also be adding additional cards. The main card that's down now gives you the main point of the reading, but the additional cards will tell you more in greater detail. This card, the Strength card, is in the position of the past, and it's going back to a time when the questioner felt more fully alive, more perhaps powerful than she does right now. And I'm not going to go into detail about each of the cards. They sort of read within the context of the reading, the way that words form a sentence and don't necessarily mean the same thing individually. This is just a pattern here of finding some joy in life, but also knowing that there's a real need to take care of business. It's kind of, it looks like it alternates between having a lot of fun and just getting down to the work of things. And most recently, this is culminated in the form of some more specific plans being made. And this is, to my mind, indicative of Saturn moving into Virgo. We're all thinking a little bit more, with a little more detail about what we want our lives to look like. This lowest card, the card closest to me, is the card that represents the question. This is Ten of Discs. Ten of Discs is all about money and having enough, having a real solid foundation. So there's some question in the questioner's mind about whether there'll be enough, whether there's the foundation is solid enough to withstand the storms that come to pass, what change might be in the works, and whether she's going to have to take a detour. Prince of Swords is in the center position. These two cards are the cards that are at odds. The conflict in the person's life. Prince of Swords is it's a man who's very detached. He's intellectual, but he's looking off in the distance, and there are broken chains in the card. He's not really present. And this, when I have people cards, it's not necessarily a specific individual, although in this case it may be. But it can be often about some aspect of the questioner's personality, something that they're dealing with within themselves. And there's just a great deal of conflict in this particular group of cards right here. There's the feeling that anything could happen, kind of balanced by a sense that you haven't accomplished what you'd hoped to. And Knight of Swords looks to the future, so maybe all isn't lost. Prince of Cups is a very, very sensual card. It's another masculine card, but it's very sensual and all about things that feel good, gratification. There's the Magician in the first grouping of cards in the center, and in the second grouping of cards in the center, we have the High Priestess. So they're kind of a matched set. There's a lot of potential here that just isn't being realized for whatever reason. The Ace of Cups is the ability to take it all in, a new emotional beginning, but it's followed by the interference, Eight of Discs, the feeling that there's just nowhere to turn, and it's too difficult to make a decision right now. There's a real sense of waiting. The top card is the advice portion of the reading. Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands is it's a very shadowy figure inside of this stone bunker. He's just got walls all up around him, and in this case, it's usually a card that I interpret somewhat negatively, but in this case, it's the advice. So I would say that this reading is suggesting that the questioner needs to take some space for herself, and maybe now's not the time for any major life changes, but it is a time to find some balance. It's a time to find out what you love about yourself and what you want to become, because there are some pretty heavy transitions going on, and you need to take the space to let those happen. Maybe you feel like things are coming at you from all directions, or there's just no way to create your own space. And my advice to you is that it's really important for you to do that in whatever small increments you can. If it's taking a shelf and putting things you love on it, or taking a room that's your sanctuary, just start in small ways, and maybe it's carving out some time. This last card is the future card. And in this position, we have worry. And again, that reflects the idea that there's a lot going on. The questioner feels like there's a lot coming at them. And the cards that I've laid to back this up indicate that, some of it is transitory. It's not all going to stick around and hang over your head forever. There's going to be movement, and you are going to be moving towards finding a way to integrate the Magician and the High Priestess within yourself. Those are the masculine and feminine within you, the yin yang. Those forces can be united within yourself, and that's if you give yourself the space to let this happen, it's very likely what you'll be working on in the near future. And that is it. I thank you all for watching.